Well, welcome to this educative channel. We are here to serve your educational needs, and so we ask you now to take your seatbelt and stay put as we take you through the concepts of Microsoft Excel. Welcome. So we want to do our first Excel sheet. We will have to look for this application from the menu, and you can see we have an Excel here. Then click on it. Remember, we have different versions of Excel. I'm using 2019. There is the latest version, 2024. Excel is made in a manner that mirrors a table. The tables that you have been interacting with tables that have been made containing items and the cost of those items and the likes, or even making a report card. So an Excel as a package is actually useful in statistical analysis that you would want to apply on a particular data. Excel is also very rich in terms of the functionalities that it offers, not just to the basic user, but even the people who would want to go in depth, because here you would be dealing with concepts such as VLOOK, which allows you to be able to look for data in different tables within an Excel sheet. Then you would also be doing things like pivot tables, which are used in trying to get the summaries of what you have. But for today, first things first, we are here just to learn on how to do a few things on Excel. You have seen up here, you have that is the menu, the first one, which is File. It has all those elements, as you can see. Home, these are commonly used commands and icons. Those icons represent various commands. When you click on them, something is going to happen. Then there is the insert. You want to bring on maybe some images, you want to add some map, you want to add some charts, pivot charts, and the likes. You have the page layout. If you want to do some settings, especially if you are planning to do printing of your document, you need to do some page settings. Formulas, this is where now you need to concentrate so much, because from this area you are able to perform a number of calculations. Then there is data. It is in this domain that you will be able to look at maybe you want to import data from an external, like a text CSV file that is comma separated value or delimited. Then you would want to look at a review, where you are looking at the spelling issues around this, and you would want to do comments and the likes. And then we have good view. There's the normal view, that is what we are in, and we have the page break. This page break is used when you want to print. Probably you don't want to print some sections of the document, you'll have to do away with them. And then you have page layout again, just to set up your page layout for you to be able to print. Like, is your document in what we call portrait or is landscape? Then we have this. These are some of them have been added, like Foxy PDF. That is if you want to generate a PDF. Now, the Excel comes in, when you open your first Excel, it comes as a big collection. In this case, a collection of worksheets. A worksheet is exactly what you are seeing before you. This is sheet 1. This worksheet is where we enter our data. But when you have many worksheets together, you now form what we call a workbook. a workbook contains so many worksheets. Like if you wanted to create another worksheet, you just click on this and there you have sheet 2. You can be able to rename these sheets. Like you can insert something here, you can be able to delete, you can be able to rename, you can be able to move it and change the location and many others. So let's create something here, and this evening I want just to cover a very a very small concept, and this would be partly typing and some few calculations. So let's say we have this is Akili secondary school fee payment. So we have this element here, and we want to have things like this: a serial number. We want to have a admission number for a given student, so admission number. We want to have what we call the name of the student, and we want to see the student is in which class, for example. Then we want to see fee paid. We will modify it along with us as we go on. So that is the sheet that we have. We are going to do some imaginary data entry to enable us achieve what we want to achieve this moment. So here we have 1. You can just type number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 and 6, and probably 8. Okay, 7, then 8. That is the challenge of manually typing. The admission number is just like that. 1005, 1009, 1008, 1004. Now 4 is already there, so now 6 and probably 1007. So we have those as the admission numbers for these students. When you want to resize your column, these are columns, the ones that are running down as the lead column. When you click on it, it highlights the entire column. These are leading rows. When you click on it, it highlights the entire row. So when you want to increase the size of your row, your column, you just come like here. I want to increase it. I want to increase the length of C. I mean the length of C, and I would simply, the best language is the width of C. So I'll bring my cursor between C and D until it forms an cross with arrows on both the left and the right. Then I'll hold on it just like that by holding my mouse. Then I'll pull it. So by so doing, I have increased the size of that column. So I'm going to have some students here. There's just some imaginary names. We have another one here. And we have another student here. those are the students I have, and I have a student in Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, Form 2, Form 1, Form 2, Form 4, like that. And these people have paid their money in terms of thousands. They have paid their money as follows. You can see this is alright, so let's have this, and then we have so they have paid their money like that, and I need to know how much has been paid to the institution if I am the administrator. So, well, I said this is going just to be about some basic things, you know, like you can see if you click here, you find that your text is so long, it is spanning longer than you can see. That is a cell. This is actually what we refer as a cell. These are cells. So a cell which has a black boundary in it is called an active cell, and it is actually the entry point. That is the point where data will be entered onto the system. So for us to be able to have this move without expanding the size here, we would simply need to highlight all these fields. If we want to merge is to join more than one cells together. So we want to merge this, and for you to be able to do merging, you come here and then you click, and you have your mouse taking the shape of a thick cross, and then you hold on it, and then you pull to the area you want to apply this particular style. So once I am there, I'll release it, then I'll go back home, and there I'll click on merge and center. So my content is going to the center part of it. I can do something here. I want to bold my text, just as you've been doing these things in Word. They are so here. I can change I can fill with some data, some color here, a color that would be attractive. I can increase the size of this just like that. So that is part of editing the document. Now, I promised you that we will do some basic calculations. We want to see how much of the school fees have been paid. So I'm going to demonstrate to you how you can be able to perform addition using more than one way. One way would be we just select this field, because this is the field we need to do our calculation. And so probably we could say here total like that, and probably we can be able to merge these cells and have our total appear there. Again, we can be able to highlight this so that we have our borders outlined. So you will come here and then click on all borders. Now you can see there's a difference. This area is highly made darker. The lines are made darker. So how do we go about this? We will do this simply select all of these elements that you want to add, then you come here on sum, and then you just click on that auto sum, and just like that you have been able to compute your addition, the addition of elements in Excel. Now we are using what we call range. So this is within this range, and we have been able to manage. When we say the range, we mean from, remember I told you there is what we call a cell referencing. So this cell here is called E3. You begin first with the column followed by the row. This one here is E5. What about this one? Just try. Yes, if you said it is D7, you got it. And what about this one? You said it is C8. That is it. Pretty well. You've performed nicely. So now, I've shown you one way of doing calculation where you just select, that is addition specifically, and then there you have your value. Another way of doing this would be, we will click here and then say equals to, then we write the sum function. That is a function. There are many functions. Sum function, and then we will enter the bracket. So we want to tell the numbers, and we, instead of even typing, just come and click here. We want to pick our values from there and then put a full colon like that, and this full colon is going to pick elements up to this point. Now you see all of them have been highlighted. This is what we call the range. E3, we are ranging our values from E3 to E10. Then we will close, and then we will press enter. You would realize that the value here is the same as the value we got when we were using AutoSum. That is the second method of doing calculations, addition, using we've now used a formula, just like the other one. No, we have used a formula. We have the function. The AutoSum is a function. Here we have used still the function, but this time around we are entering data. But we can use a formula. There's a difference between a formula and a function. One of the differences is that a formula is inbuilt. No, a formula is not inbuilt, but rather it is human written. On the other hand, a function is inbuilt. That is to say, it's already predetermined, predefined. Our formula would be looking at the relationships of elements in a worksheet. A function would be performing a specific task. Now, another way you can be able to do the summation here is simple as this, but this is a bit you have to write a lot. Just say equals to, then you begin by clicking here, then you say equals to plus again, then you click this one, then you write plus again, then you click this one, then you write another plus, then you click this one here, and then you write another plus, then you click on this, you have plus, then you click on this, then you have plus, then you click on this, and you have plus, and then you click on this, and then you just say enter. The same answer will be gotten. But in any calculation, in any computing, what you want to achieve is that the timing. You want to do it very quickly. So I would still recommend to you that once you are ready, you have done your data entry, and you want to do calculation in a simple manner, just highlight the elements as they are, and then click on AutoSum. So that is how you do your calculation. So I want us to carry this data with us. We want to copy it. We want to copy this data like this. Control C is copy, and we want to have another sheet. Then we're just going to paste. There we have our data. Probably we need to resize some columns for better viewership. So all right. So here we have this, and I want to introduce another column. So let's click here, not column but rather another cell, which is actually a row. So I'm going to insert another row, a row like that, Now you've realized that this row is picking the behavior of the previous element or the previous row. We can change that from here just by saying none. And then we can resize this one. So this time around, I want to have these fees paid in installments. So I will want to copy this just like this very fast. Then I would say, okay, there's something here that you need to be very careful about. This element is merged. So I needed to click on the merge command so that I have it now continuous. It's actually broken up from this point going forth, but that is not a big deal. So under this, I want to have a first installment, maybe a first. Let's use this first installment. I'm going to have it done in maybe 3 installments. So I'm going to have this was first, this will be second, this will be third, and this will be now maybe the total. So total, this will be second, so we write here second. Then we will have this one here as third, third installment. So assuming that we have this, people have been paying their money in this manner. The school is big, so people are supposed to pay very good money. So we have these monies here like that. We have the monies have been paid in that order, and then I'm going to have another value here. So I'm just showing you something here quickly. Look at this table of mine. It is taking shape. So I have this now. Like I told you, I have so I need to do something here. I need to match these elements up to this point. By the way, when you match data in with elements, I mean cells that I have data in them, and you match them, like if I match these ones here, I'll lose some data. Okay, I don't want to lose any data. So to do the totals here, it means that you are going to do your additions this way, horizontally, and it is simple. Just highlight that particular element. Anything that you want to apply a formula, anything that you want to apply some style, you have to highlight it or select it. So we have selected it like that, and then we will just press on sum. Now there is something here. If you are keen, you will see some green thing here inside this box, and there is this question of this is not a question mark, but rather it's an exclamation mark, meaning there is some issue. So it is saying that the cell, the formula in this cell refers to a range that has additional has additional numbers adjacent to it. Now this number here is being treated like, why don't you add it? So we need to ignore this, omit the adjacent formulas, update the formula to include these formulas, to include the cells, but we don't want to include. So we are going to say formula omits adjacent values, but we can ignore the error. So what we can do again, now that we already know the additional, from here to here we know the value that it will give us is, instead of going around and doing the same thing over and over again, we can simply do what we call autofilling. To autofill is simply to apply the same standard across or downwards in this column. And so what you need to do is you bring your mouse, your cursor for this case, until it is now a small cross below. You bring it below on the bottom, right bottom side of your cell that contains the formula, and then we hold on it and drag it downwards. As we pull it downwards, it is going to do what? It is going to give us some values. It is going to do the addition of these elements as they had been done in the first cell. Again, we had already done the addition maybe for the first installment here. There is no need of doing the computation again. We need just to come here and do this, and then we autofill. So the total for the entire school that these people paid is 293,930. That is, if you sum these ones or if you sum these ones, you get the same value. I told you how to go about these ones. So that is how you do addition, adding values in an Excel. So if probably you wanted to see who paid the minimum amount, who paid the maximum amount, we can just type here minimum, and we will only get the value. We may not be able to pick the person, but from that we can be able to identify the person. Maximum, and of course we can also have the average. What was the average fee payment per installment, and even the entire payment of fees. So how do you find minimum? It is very simple. Within a given range, I will come here, like let's say here, highlight these cells like this. Sorry, don't highlight the total, just highlight these ones, because if you include the total, especially in the maximum, that will be the maximum value, which is not fee paid. So you will come here and then click on minimum, just this one here. So when you click this one, the value is going to appear right down here. Okay, the value is going to appear right down here. And by the way, for your information, Excel does not have any knowledge that this is where the minimum is. If I had written here maximum and then I clicked on a formula that should calculate minimum, it would simply give me the value here. So it will always give a value next to what is filled. If this was not filled, that is where we would have been having our minimum. Let's try for maximum. For maximum, again, we will come here and then we will just stop there, because these are calculations. Then we will come here and then we say we want the maximum, and there you have your maximum. If we want the average, again, we will come here, we will just come back here and then do that up to that point. Then we will come here and then we say we want the average, like that, and you have your average. Just as simple as that. So once you have done that, you can still come back here and just pull this to be able to find the values across to make your work a bit better and easy, like this. So with that, you can be able to do some quick summaries out of your data, and you are able to make some conclusions and say that the minimum fee that was paid during the second installment was 23,556. So you'll be encouraging people from this data. And just like that, you've been able to create your first Excel sheet where you are able to do addition, you are able to do data entry, you are able to do find the minimum, find the maximum, find the average using functions. I hope you enjoyed it. Have good moments even as you continue studying. Like our channel, share our channel, and send us comments if you have any. Great.